Hello everybody, it's EzraTime again here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today, I'm gonna give you guys a review for Halloween Ends, which is the third of the H40 trilogy. I think that's what they call them. And I know this movie hasn't been released until like literally Friday, but in my country was released like literally today, and I just got home watching it. So I'm gonna give like you guys like a non-spoiler review, and maybe in Friday we're gonna get like a spoiler review video because the movie was also released on Peacock. So like maybe I could use some footage for the movie without getting copyright if I'm lucky, but we'll see. Because I do kind of want to talk about spoiler in the future, but now the non-spoiler review, which is that for what people want to know about this movie is that is this movie good? You know, well, I will say that I have a good time watching it. I have some enjoyable time watching it. Even though there is some problems with the movie, which we're gonna get into that later. But first, I'm gonna get to the positive part about why the movie is. I think the movie is at least enjoyable for me. I think number one is the performance. I think by Jamie Lee Curtis is good. And I think Andy Marichak or Murichak was also good back as Allison. And yeah, it's also nice to see Michael Myers again. And I think it's also a really nice idea for the characters, I guess. And I know this is will divide some people that I know that this people already saw what happened because they released so many footage, right? But I only got watching I think I only watched like two trailers. I think the first trailer and then the final trailer, and then that's it. So I refuse to watch like any other like TV spots because I don't want to get like super spoiled, right? There is an idea with Michael Myers' character in this movie that I kind of found it interesting enough, because it is something new. And when John Carpenter said that, David Gordon Green's like third movie is gonna be really different, like or like the departure from the previous two movies, which is like, yeah, I mean, this is a much different Halloween movie. It's actually really really different, and I think that will divide the fan base again because the fan base already divided in Halloween Kills, which is understandable. Even though I honestly enjoy watching Halloween Kills. It's a stupid movie. Like the dialogue is like so over the top, but it's kind of like a dumb movie that I quite enjoy. Halloween Kills. And on Halloween Ends, they do improve the dialogue or like the screenplay where the characters say some dramatic stuff, but it wasn't like over the top, like evil dies tonight or something like that, right? No, it's nothing like that. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's mostly like, I mean, how normal human talks, and it wasn't just like over the top and talking about evil and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't like that, and it's great. It's great that it seems that they learn from their mistakes. That yeah, you probably shouldn't write like an over dramatic like dialogue or scene in the movie because like this gonna took out the feel for the movie, right? So Ants definitely fixed that, and also the kills is like, yeah, it's good enough. Sure, it probably wasn't as amazing, but it was pretty good for what it is. And I think the score as well by John Carpenter, Cody Carpenter, and Daniel Davis. I think it's great. It's really really great. Because I mean it's them. So it really elevates the movie. And I think it helps with the Halloween atmosphere. Even though after all this positive part, right? Well, there is some big negative part about this movie that I will say this. The character of Corey Cunningham, right? We all know that, yeah, he's gonna be uh, a new character in this movie. That, yeah, I think the movie's focused a lot on him, to be honest. And I think that's the main criticism for the many people who will watch this movie. I think many people will hate this movie. I'm gonna be honest, because I mean I personally enjoyed it, but I think many people will hate it, because they focus a lot on Corey's character and not exactly on Laurie and Michael, even Michael, and it's like, wow, okay, this is like the end of trilogy. It was supposed to be like a closure to a trilogy, but they didn't focus a lot on Laurie and Michael, which is like super strange to me. And but then again, like the character of Corey is like, yeah, I kind of interested to his storyline, and it does kind of intersect with Michael Myers in some way, but I do think the first half of his storyline is actually pretty good. It's actually one thing that I kind of interested to see more of it. But the second half, they really fuck it up like a lot. Because I was like super bummed out when the second half of this movie, because like there is a reason that I won't mention, but there is a reason for that. And I think it's kind of like tie back to Jamie Lee Curtis saying that it will piss off the fans, which is like, yeah, I mean that decision made by the writers really pissed off me, as a Halloween fan, especially it's like a curse in like the second half of the movie, if I'm not mistaken. It feels like a second half, and it's like, damn, dude, well, like, why would you do that? Because like there is a setup in the previous scene, and I think the setup was like amazing. I think, or well, maybe it wasn't amazing, but it was like interesting enough, and it is something that I want to look forward to, because I think that's a good setup, at least in my opinion. But they just kind of like throw that away and then go into like a new direction, and it was like, oh, like I don't like this. I really do not like this. Like, why are you doing this? Like you literally got a good setup, yeah. Like go with it. Like, why do you need to like change that in the middle of the movie? Like, why? And I think that's the reason why Jamie Lee Curtis said is gonna piss off some of the fans. And I guarantee you, a lot of people are gonna be pissed when watching this movie, especially if you guys handed it to the towards of the second half. There is like a scene where it's going to make you realize that wait, they're going to that direction. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's gonna bump you out literally because that's why I feel when that specific scene came. You guys will feel it. Don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you guys will feel it when you guys watch the movie. Trust me. If you guys are a big fan of Halloween, then you're gonna feel it a lot. It's like, man, why are you doing this? And there's some stuff about like David Gordon Green saying that, oh, this movie is gonna be related to COVID and stuff like that, which honestly COVID doesn't even mention, and it wasn't even referenced in the movie. Like lockdown and stuff like that doesn't even mention. So I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I don't want to hear COVID again. Like, come on, man, it's been like 2 years now. But it's like, okay, why did David Gordon Green saying that COVID is gonna be integrated to the story? When you guys remember that news a long time ago, and people was like freaking out, like, oh my God, COVID, no, they're going woke and stuff like that. It's like, trust me, COVID not even mentioned, lockdown not even mentioned in this movie. Which begs the question, why David Gordon Green said that? I have no idea, but it's kind of weird that I mean, and the other big criticism that I have for this movie, and I guess the trilogy and overall, that this trilogy has some characters, like especially Halloween Kills, where they bring many of the legacy character, and it kind of sucks that they didn't exactly utilize those characters. And even in Halloween Ends, there is some characters that you remember from the previous two movies that barely does anything to the story, and I was like, oh yeah, like when they appear again in the movie, I was like, oh yeah, you are in this movie. I forgot, like literally forgot, So it begs the question that wait, why the hell are these characters here if you're not going to utilize them, if you're not going to use them properly? Like, what's the point? It seems like it's just like there for like just being there, like literally, And I think that's the big criticism for Halloween Kills and Ends. Like, it has so many characters that doesn't even utilize that well, and you beg you the question that why do they even bother have this many characters if they even not gonna use them? Saying what's the point? At least in Halloween Kills they kill them at least. You gotta kill, right? But in Ends it was like, why are they here? It's like, what's their purpose? Like, I have no idea. So it's like they're going too big with the characters that it seems like they have no idea how to write them into the story or like integrate them into like a bigger part of the story, and it sucks. And I think Halloween 2018 is the only part of the trilogy where it's like have many characters and pretty much have all of them like has some effect on the story. Halloween Kills kind of, but it didn't feel like a proper use of the legacy character. And then in Halloween Ends, there is just some character that appear, but they get forgotten, like literally forgotten until like the end of the movie. It was like, oh yeah, you were here. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess I still enjoy the movie. I'm looking forward to watching it again on Peacock, obviously. Well, not on Peacock because it's not available on my country, but well, when you stream a movie, that basically mean it's free, basically, right? When you are streaming a movie, and but I already watched it on theater, so there you go. And I'm definitely looking forward to rewatch this again. Maybe before I do the spoiler video, but in all, in general, I enjoy the movie for what it is. I think this movie is objectively not a good movie, and I think it's a bad decision for doing this type of story in the end of the trilogy. Like, this is not like a new Halloween story because like this new story that they're trying to tell, it seems like a good idea for like a brand new Halloween movie that doesn't have any relation to Laurie Strode, because it's just different. It's really different. And it's like, why are we doing this on the end of the trilogy? This is a trilogy. You have a characters that already established in the previous movie, so like, why not focus on them and instead of like focusing on this new character that nobody even care about? Even though in the start I was kind of care for this character, but for the second half I was like, man, why did they do that? And it's like kind of bummed me out. But either way, I think it's a good conclusion to the franchise, because there is some sequence in the ending. I was like, wow, okay, like this actually felt like an ending. Like I can't believe they actually did that, but it was like amazing in my opinion. Even though it would be even more amazing if the story was focused on them. It's not on the new character. But I guess I don't know. I guess I'm curious to see what other people will think in October 14 because I'm looking forward to people's review. Especially we watched the movie review. Like yeah, they're big Halloween fans, right? So I'm curious to see what their people think of this movie. I think most people will hate it. To be fair, but we'll see. Either way, I mean, if I have to give it a grade, then I think the temporary grade for this movie or like rating is a 7 out of 10 for me. Again, it's just temporary. It might go even lower than that when I rewatch the movie. But yeah, that's my temporary rate for this movie. 7 out of 10. I think I have a fun time watching it, but there is a part that's just like bum me out. I think it will piss people off. It will. But yeah, that's my review for Halloween Ends, guys. Again, I know this is not a really cohesive review because again, I just like got done watching this movie and then just try to pick on in just like whatever is in my head, and maybe in the spoiler review I try to be more specific in it because well, it's a it's a spoiler review, so I basically can like talk whatever I want, right? So without even afraid of the spoiler stuff and it's like yeah. Either way, guys, that's my review. And if you guys enjoyed, then leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, the usual stuff. Become a member if you want to by clicking the join button below. And have you guys seen Halloween Ends? Did this movie already release in your country? Then well, if you guys want to, you guys can leave your review in the comment section below. Again, no spoilers because there is still many people who haven't watched the movie. And for the people who hasn't watched the movie clearly, then well, I can't wait to see what you guys think about the movie itself. Either you're gonna have a fun time or you're gonna hate it. It just depends. I don't think a middle spot is possible, but I guess we'll see for the majority of people. But either way, guys, that's my review for Halloween Ends. And again, stay tuned for more reviews in the future. Stay tuned for maybe the spoiler review if I have a feeling to making it in maybe Friday, but I guess we'll see. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this movie review, and I'll see you guys in the next one then. Bye.